What's up, everybody? We got an update on Grandma's house. We definitely got to talk about Grandma's house. Grandma's house is definitely giving us a run for our money. Ever since I decided to fix the sagging floor in the kitchen, it's basically led to a domino cascade effect of multiple further decisions and change orders. Honestly, so many that for the sake of this video, I felt the need to write it down to kind of go over them with you guys. And then we're gonna go visit the property so we can see the progress that we have thus far. So having to fix the sagging floor was due to the architectural beam that was installed improperly in the basement, right? So we need to get it properly done. That was gonna require architectural drawings. Once we have to pay for the architectural drawings, now we're gonna have to install the beam with proper footings. I ended up deciding to remove the chimney. It just wasn't working with the layout of the kitchen. While removing the chimney is gonna have to require us to find a new way to vent out the HVAC. We ended up figuring out a new way to vent out the HVAC. We're getting ready to install the new venting for the HVAC. And then we had to kind of sit and think about, well, we're gonna also be installing an AC condenser unit that's gonna be attached to that HVAC system so that the new homeowner can have AC during the summers. And we realized that the ducts in the house are not properly insulated, which basically means when cold air is gonna be running through the air ducts, it's gonna cause condensation. Condensation is gonna seep through the walls. Not good for the future homeowner. So we had to scrap that idea. Now, what was the solution was now to install mini splits, which can provide heat and AC. Heat during the winter, AC during the summer. You install multiple mini splits in different rooms throughout the house. No problem. Well, now mini splits are electric. It's gonna cause a stronger demand on the system, which means we now need to upgrade the electric system, which means that panel that we were wondering if we can leave as is, now we definitely need to update it, move it from the bottom of the stairs, get a whole new electric panel that can handle the electric load. We ended up opening up one of the walls in the kitchen to be able to prepare everything. Once we fixed the beam, we also had to re-level the entire first floor. We opened up that wall in the kitchen, like I just mentioned, we realized that the plumbing was not properly vented. So there was another change right there. Now that I have these mini splits, I realize I no longer need this HVAC system. So we're getting rid of the HVAC system. While we're down there getting rid of the HVAC system, there's an oil tank that was providing the energy source for that HVAC system. We no longer need the oil tank. So there was another change. I wasn't planning on getting rid of the oil tank. There's probably some more, but let's take a look at the property, see an update on what it's looking like. It's definitely a lot has changed since our last video, and we'll go over some more updates while we're at the property. All right. Here we are at Grandma's house. So I'm actually starting this video in the back of the property just because right across the street, they're doing tree cutting and it's super loud and noisy. But what I wanna do is I wanna start by taking the tour through the inside. Like I said, we have a lot of changes that have gone on. Aside from the change orders, there's been a lot of progress made. So let's walk through the front door now and see what we got going on. So most of the hardwood has been installed. You can see we still have them working on it. We're doing the stair treads now and the railings. If we finally have a level floor, and here's our kitchen so far. Remove the chimney. We spoke about as well whether or not I was gonna be able to, invert this wall. Too much work. So I think we're good enough. It's open enough the way we have it now with the chimney being removed. You can see we have the shower going. That's gonna be the spot for the stand-up washer dryer. We got rid of most of the appliances. The only thing that's left now is a dishwasher. But these are the mini splits that I was talking about earlier. We finally now have, again, a level floor. This hardwood is coming out great. Let's go down in the basement. That way we can kind of take a look at the beam that was installed, the proper support beam. Before we were down in this basement, this beam was cut and not properly supporting the house, hence why it was sinking. So I want to show you guys now, the proper beam goes, you can see It goes continuously across with no breaks. And we have 3 support. 3 lolly columns to support it. You probably can't see it, but there's proper footings in here. They had to dig up, I don't know if it was 24 and 2 feet by 2 feet, and then down a certain depth as well to make sure that it's properly supporting. The basement's still dirty. We still got to clean up the basement. We got rid of this HVAC system. So things like, this is gonna go. This is gonna go as well. We're gonna be getting rid of all of that. Basement is still dirty, but you can see it's a lot more open now that we got rid of that HVAC system. And our electric panel is now completely updated to support the load. Plenty of breaker space, 200 amps. So just in the basement alone was a whole bunch of change orders. We still got to clean the basement, so that'll be obviously some more money spent down here. But I'm super glad that this beam was done perfectly, and we now have a house that's no longer sinking in the middle. So a future homeowner will definitely be happy about it. Continuing on with the rest of the house and some of the other changes that we talked about. So we got rid of the chimney, and I'm very happy that we did, because now the layout is going to be great. So we're going to have 2 pendant lights above here. I ended up deciding against an island, and I was going to do a peninsula instead. I think it's just going to work better with the layout. The idea that we have is pretty much a vision of what our kitchen is going to look like. So with the peninsula, you can see it'll be coming out of there. And we have the fridge, sink with the dishwasher on the left. Our stove, microwave is gonna go right there. And then all the cabinets, there's gonna be a pantry cabinet that's gonna go up as well. So we passed all of our rough inspections. We got through that phase. Now at this point, once the hardwood and the stairs are completely being done, what's left is we have the tile installation for the floor and the tile in the shower walls, and a lot of the finishes, right? So hanging new doors, all the new hardware for the doors as well. This is not the final coat of paint, so we're gonna be doing final coats of paint as well. But let's take a look upstairs so we can take a look at the hardwood job that was done upstairs as well. You can see already how much better even the stairs look. Before, the stairs were super unlevel. One of the things I made sure to tell him is I didn't want any transitions from room to room, so it's coming out great. You saw the mini split downstairs in the living room. There's another one in the dining room, and each bedroom has a mini split. So this is gonna provide heat as well as AC during the summer. So another mini split there. You can see this room has been painted, not the final coat. Using the bathroom, we're storing a lot of stuff in the bathroom for right now while he's finishing up the hardwood floor. But the new tub's already there, and that's gonna be tile shower wall, tile floors with obviously all new fixtures. We had to do a transition here into the master bedroom only because there's a change in the height and the level. But other than that, it still looks pretty seamless and great. Final mini splits, recessed lights. So yeah, one of the surprises that I forgot to mention earlier before we got to the property is we had a surprise with the hardwood floor. So the first person that we actually spoke with about installing the hardwood floor gave us what we thought was an amazing price. I think they were charging us somewhere around like, I don't know, $6,000 or $7,000, which for all of this was an amazing price. And my contractor specifically asked this person, does this include material? And he said yes. When it came time for us to, get him on the schedule to start installing, he switched it soon and said, no, that was just labor only. So obviously that was super frustrating because we specifically made sure to ask him that question beforehand. So that means that we needed, arguments ensued. So we decided to just go with a different contractor to install the hardwood. But what that resulted in is now, including labor, and material, our price is gonna double or triple. So again, not a change order per se, but that was another surprise based on, I guess, let's call it a miscommunication. Things happen. Other than that, I think we are looking pretty good. We should probably be finishing this up, I'd say in the next, I don't know, month and a half or so, unless we have any other delays, which I don't foresee. At this point, we're gonna just be rushing to the finish line because we're already over timeline, over budget on this. So we gotta get this done, get this on market. The idea is to hit the summer market. And yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to see? Any other parts of the project? Any other questions you guys have? Feel free to comment below with any questions you guys have, or even just your thoughts on, you know, how it's looking so far. Any questions? And then, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the update.